So we're joined by Maeve Ward, who's the Director of Sales and Operations at Shawbrook Banks. Thank you very much for joining me this morning.
No worries.
What are your expectations of the show today?
From Shawbrook's perspective, it's really to do with the academies and creating the education. And obviously being at Glasgow, that worked really, really well for us. And obviously being in Manchester today is a slightly different audience that we would have spoken to before. And it really is just about creating the education with regards to the changes in regulation, the industry as a whole, the opportunities that it brings, and how we as a lender can provide as much support as possible to create those opportunities, to help with the research and the evidence, and ultimately to provide better outcomes for the customer.
Now, there have been quite a few changes as well when it comes to secured lending, I think mainly as a result of the mortgage credit directive rules. So what are your thoughts on that? What can you predict, do you think, going forward?
I think most of the changes, in all honesty, are out. So most of the changes are out there and everybody's aware of them. I guess from Shawbrook's perspective, we kind of foresaw that those changes were going to happen. So we implemented them some time ago. So in terms of having income and expenditure, in terms of stress testing, in terms of consolidating credit direct, we took the lead on that several months ago. So it's already embedded within our business. I think that will cause some lenders some challenges, but I think they'll all embrace it, and ultimately the end goal is to just provide more consumer awareness and better outcomes, and I think those changes that have come out from the directive will definitely do that.
Now, there's been a lot of talk recently in the media about challenger banks.
Yeah.
Do you think the word challenger is appropriate, and what do you predict for smaller banks?
I think the word challenger is appropriate because we are challenging the high street banks. And I think if you were to ask anybody, why do you have them? Well, it's because the high street aren't lending to certain individuals. And it's not because those consumers are not individuals that you want to lend to, it's because their appetite isn't there. And that's where the challenger bank comes in. And it's all about looking at those customers that aren't being serviced today and providing opportunities. And I think if more challenger banks come in, and even smaller banks, because they'll have their own appetite and they'll do something different from the challenger. So there's a place for everybody. High street, challenger, small, large, it doesn't matter. The end goal is what's right for the consumer, and there's always niches, and the lenders that do well will be the lenders that recognise those niches. And so long as they lend responsibly, then it's only going to be a good thing.
So where do you think the intermediaries should be focusing on this year then, do you think?
I think the intermediary should be focusing on everything outside of their core. So their core will always remain important, but they perhaps need to diversify. And we've already seen that. So you've got some secured loan master brokers that are now going into bridging, commercial, buy-to-lets, and I think that will just be the norm. So more and more people will start to reach out to other sectors and they'll become specialists in their own right. But I think it's important to say that people will always keep their core to their heart. So if they're a secured loan master broker, there'll be a secured loan master broker through and through, but they'll also have other strings to their bow. So from that might spin a commercial inquiry, from that might spin a bridging inquiry. So there'll be more things to more people, but the core product will still be their core product.
Now, you've got the Shawbrook Academy here again today. It was a real success in Glasgow, so lots of seminars, lots of information that you're giving out there. And what are the benefits to the brokers to kind of focus in and harness this kind of specialist lending?
I think it's the opportunity. I think everybody's aware of second charge lending and specialist products, but nobody actually knows either how to find them or how to package them. And that's what the Academy is all about. It's about bringing it live to these advisors who deal with these customers day in, day out. They know of these products, but they're a bit nervous in terms of offering them. So the Academy makes that nervousness go away. So we've brought the likes of Iris here today from a sourcing perspective. We've got a mortgage club that the advisors would be used to dealing with. We've got other lenders involved because they operate in sectors that perhaps we don't. And then ultimately we've got Shawbrook ourselves talking about the changes from the second charge market. So we're here to make it live and to show people how by linking all of those things together, actually these products could benefit your customers. So don't be afraid of them, embrace them.
So what do you think with regards, obviously, from your academy and the likes of the hot topics in the industry at the moment that you think, and what will they mean to the lenders?
In terms of the changes in regulation, for the lenders it will just create a bigger market. And the reason it will create a bigger market is because there'll be more consumer awareness and more consumer protection. At the moment you've got the first mortgages that are regulated, seconds are going to be exactly the same as first mortgages. The only difference will be the legal charge. So all the processing will be aligned. So from an advisor's perspective, who's doing first mortgages today, A second charge will look and feel the same. The only thing that will be different is that legal entity. Nothing more, nothing less. And from a consumer, they will be more comfortable knowing that this product is regulated in exactly the same way as the first mortgage. And as a result of that, you'll get more people that will start looking at second charges, more advisors that will start disclosing second charges, and as a result, the market will grow.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for joining us. We'll look at the academy. I'll see you later on.
No worries.
Thanks, Maeve.